Well, it is Thanksgiving week. It is a time to spend a few moments with family and friends expressing gratitude, we hope, and it can often turn, sadly, into a multi-generational argument over the dinner table. With the Israel-Hamas war being such a huge topic and issue right now of conversation around the world, a recent NewsNation Decision Desk HQ poll found that younger Americans are much more likely to sympathize with the Palestinians compared to older Americans who sympathize with Israel. And so many families are going to be coming together for the first time since this war started. And it can be difficult to navigate these conversations and still have an enjoyable Thanksgiving. So let's talk more about it. Clinical psychologist Dr. John Duffy is with us. I guess to begin with, should we avoid this topic altogether on Thursday? What is your advice?
Yeah, Marni, I don't think we have to avoid this altogether. I think it's an important part of what's going on in our world. The distinction that I want, and I'm encouraging my clients to make, is between talking about the emotions around it, what people are going through, the suffering people are going through, and talking about the politics around it, where we get into arguments. And like you were saying, like, this is what we want to avoid at that table. It's an anxious enough time of year for so many people, so many families. But this is an important topic and people are going to want to talk about it. So you want to set your boundaries. And if you know that there is a divisive person at that table on Thursday, you might want to reach out to them today or tomorrow and let them know, hey, we're not going to get deep into the politics of this thing, but we can talk about it. We can talk about how we feel about it, how we have certain things in common. It's an awful situation. We grieve for anybody who, especially civilians who have been hurt or killed throughout this thing. Hate crimes here at home are wholly unacceptable. We can talk about those things, but let's not talk about pro-Israel, pro-Palestine. Let's not get into that right now at that table.
Okay, I understand that. So it's sort of like, here's the menu of the food and the things that we will and will not discuss. How important is it, though, going into these gatherings to listen, right? We don't do enough listening to others and their thoughts on things. How do we remind ourselves before Thursday to do that well?
Yeah, it's a crucial thing, right? Because there's always going to be somebody at that table who is going to filibuster, who is going to try to talk through everybody else. And to kind of put a pause on that, you can say, hey, I can tell this is something that's really, really important to you. What do other people think? And broaden the conversation and make sure that you kind of elicit discussion among everybody who's involved. Even children, teenagers who are very, very activated around this thing are going to want to weigh in with their thoughts and their beliefs around all of this. And the more that you encourage other people to listen, the more you're going to find you're going to take that cue yourself and say, well, let's give him or her the floor here for a moment and just pause. And that kind of brings the chaos down a little bit. And you have to remind yourself sometimes, like, okay, I'm weighing in too much. It's time for me to be quiet and to listen. So it's an important reminder, and it's something you might have to remind yourself in real time to do. But it's a really important point.
Yeah, and more challenging when the alcohol starts flowing, too, around these conversations. I also wonder, Dr. Duffy, how much there is under the bridge, right? Other issues with family and friends that you may have had in the past, and then you talk about something like Israel-Hamas, and it's more about other things than it is this conflict. How do you separate the two when you have history with people and you already know how they feel on things?
Well, you have to remember what this time of year is like, right? So there's a lot of pressure on it to be joy-filled and altogether positive, when in fact it's really very complex, right? Because there is joy, but also we've all been through a lot over the course of the past year. Anybody watching us right now has been through something difficult, something traumatic, and somebody in their family has as well. So it's a very complicated time of year when you're getting together with families, as you were saying, maybe for the first time in months or for a year. And so you want to be cognizant of what people are carrying going into this without the war, right? Because there's an awful lot going on in our lives that, when you add the war on top of it, just makes it all the more difficult to navigate these times. So, you want to kind of tap your well of empathy around this time, right? And recognize that this has probably been a difficult time for everybody, and you probably don't know all of it for anybody.
No, you don't. A well of empathy. Tap into that. I like it. Slow to speak, quick to listen, and we all have a lot to be thankful for, given what is happening in the world. So be grateful. Dr. John Duffy, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.